Sydney Hood on Deansbridge Road. Sydney, throughout the day, road conditions have gotten slightly better, but officials are still warning folks to stay off the roads.
Well, I think most of us can agree that the snow, it's fun to play in, but it's not as fun to drive in. And that's really why emergency officials are urging you to either avoid driving on roads if you can, and if you do have to get on the roads and travel, to use as much caution as possible. Augusta Fire and EMA says since last night, they've had more than 50 accidents reported to 911 in Richmond County. So they are continuing to monitor these roads as we head into the evening and as those temperatures begin to drop, because throughout the day it was sunny skies, clear skies. So the sun did its magic on most of these roads and it melted a good bit of the snow. But you can see around me, we've still got a bit of the snow on the ground, but it's turning more so, it's looking more so like ice right here. So this is exactly what they're worried about on these roads, is that snow melting, turning into ice, and then freezing over on these roads. And Augusta Fire and EMA has several areas of concern they're calling across Richmond County that they are monitoring as we head into the evening and as we head into tomorrow morning. And some of those areas of concern include Wrightsboro Road near Trinity Hospital, Lumpkin Road near Peach Orchard Road still has some icy patches that crews are continuing to monitor out there. Some of those other areas include Glen Hills Drive from the I-520 bridge to Barton Chapel Road. They say that remains wet and is expected to freeze overnight. Gordon Highway from I-520 to the county line has wet conditions with ice patches in those shaded areas. I-520, they say, is damp in most areas with potential to refreeze, and under the bridges, they say, remains icy and slushy. Wheeler Road and Walton Way extension is clear, they say, but some of those neighborhood streets remain icy with the potential to refreeze. Walton Way, Jackson Road still has wet and icy patches expected to freeze overnight. And then the Calhoun Expressway, they say they are still monitoring, trying to treat that area. So again, officials, they are urging you to stay off the roads if you can, but we know that several of you may have to go to work in the morning. So if you do have to get out, you want to be sure and leave yourself plenty of time to leave in the morning. Use extreme caution when traveling on these roads. I don't think this is a situation where you can be too careful. So when you are traveling on these roads, be sure to allow yourself some distance from the cars around you, because again, these officials say that throughout the night these roads could refreeze. So they really want you to maintain caution. And crews, they've been working all day long to treat these roads. We just saw GDOT crews out here on this portion of Deansbridge Road working to treat these roads, working to make it as safe as possible for you to travel on if you have to do so.
And Sydney, when you look at a lot of those locations, I mean, those are primarily bridges and then also major roads that have a lot of trees around them. So maybe the sun wasn't able to hit those. And then we've been talking about how dangerous bridges can be when you get some of that airflow underneath them too.
Definitely. And black ice, you don't see it until you come up on it. So good tips as you are driving out. We know a lot of people will be heading to work tomorrow. We were downtown ourselves today. We noticed a lot of businesses closed, but I imagine they're going to be opening up soon. Yeah.
And then again, talk about the bridges. When we were out earlier today, most of the roads were clear or a little bit dry. And then when you got to those bridges, they were still wet and damp. So a lot of that is expected to refreeze overnight here. Thanks again, Sydney.